The workhorse coins, the dimes and the quarters, 90% silver, haven't been out there for over half a century. The last year was 1964. And that was what? The Roosevelt dime, the Washington quarter, and then the Franklin and the Kennedy half dollar. Before that, the workhorse of all the silvers was that beautiful dime. And the earlier part of last century was the Mercury or Winged Liberty dime. Tonight I got a special deal. It's only going to be for a few minutes. I don't have that many, but it's the last 5 years of that Mercury. All of them uncirculated, but this deal, all of them from the Denver Mint. So the graphic is pretty straightforward. The years are 1941 to 1945. The Roosevelt dime came into play in 1946. So these are the last 5 of the Denvers. Every one of them, the D as in David, Denver, mint mark. Look at that price, however. $49.95 divided by 5 is an easy one. We're under $10 a coin for these gorgeous, uncirculated Mercs. We're talking special, special coins. We're going to go right to the jugular to start on this one. My competition for the same 5 coins, and they have them individually. They want between $21.50 and $25.50 each. The premium being in the last year. That's the Denver's. The 45D is the rarest of the last year of issue. So 20 odd times 5 means we're half the price. They're over 100. We are half the price. We love it when we're under their price, but when we're half the price, just makes it more fun. So let's talk about silver, right? As I mentioned, 90% silver hasn't been out there since, 1964 on the dimes and the quarters, right? The half dollars lasted until 1970. So for over a half a century, we've been on clads, the sandwich coins. And with silver hitting $50 an ounce in 1980 and then hitting it again in 2011, we've seen silver have an effect. Right now, we're driving again. But the coin that the average individual had was the smallest silver made. It's just logical, right? And during the 1800s, we had some funky coins. We had a 3-cent piece made out of silver. We also had a 5-cent piece made out of silver before we made the 5-cent piece out of nickel, which we call a nickel today, but it's a 5-cent piece. Those older silvers were called half dimes. And then we had the dime, quarter, half, etc. So for the 19th, 20th century, the majority, we have seen only the dime, the quarter, and the half dollar. Some of the time the dollar, but the half dollar and dollars didn't circulate a lot. The workhorse was the smallest denomination. So this all comes from the launch of the coin renaissance in 1916. President Theodore Roosevelt wants our coins to look like the world power we're becoming. Up until this point, all of our coins looked alike. The bust design was the early 1800s. We had the seated Liberty design throughout most of the middle of the 1800s. We had the barbers from 1892 through the year 1915-16. And then what? In 1916, all 3 of our silver coins changed designs independently. Mercury dime, Standing Liberty quarter, Walking Liberty half dollar. Now, 2 of them were designed by Adolph Wyman. The dime you're looking at here, and then the Walking Liberty half dollar. Now, you might have seen this design recently, over the last decade or so, because the U.S. Mint took the Adolph Wyman Walking Liberty and made the Silver Eagle. But they took this design, the Mercury dime, and made it our Palladium coin design. And that's been out there for quite some time now. So once a year, the U.S. Mint makes a 1-ounce Palladium. This is the design. Go figure, it's another Adolph Wyman design being remade into one of our bullion coins. Now, every single one of these is an uncirculated piece. They are all 0.900 fine U.S. coin silver. But the unique here is they all bear the D as in David, Denver, mint mark. The end of an era. Now, the actual is Lady Liberty, right? And the cap she's wearing is supposed to symbolize liberty of thought. The wings, i.e. for thought, which looks like Mercury going back to ancient times, which is why we nicknamed it the Mercury. No different than we nicknamed the Indian head cent, and it was also Lady Liberty at that point with an Indian head bonnet on it. So we have the formal name, Winged Liberty, and/or, as we call it, the Merc. Special stuff. Guys, give me a 1-minute clock. These are flying. Do I have any of the others? I'm pretty sure I'm out of the San Francisco last 5. Almost positive. I might have a few of the Philadelphia last 5 available. Check us online, avccoins.com. There'll be a tab for dimes. Just click Mercury and you'll see it. Good question. I just did not check before. I know the S were short, but we might have a couple of the Philadelphias. It's all about cost per coin when it comes down to it, right? With our competition between $21.50 and $25.50 for the same 5 coins individually, it means we're less than half, which makes it special. But also it's a bookend. The coin started in 1916, went all the way through 1945, and in one single swoop tonight, you get the last 5 years of issue of the Denver Mint's prize. The beautiful uncirculated Mercs. So not only do we have them, not only is the quality where it should be, uncirculated, but the price lights out. Guys, I don't think I can continue. Lots of activity. If you're visiting us via the web, push it through soon. This one's almost sold out.